Right, Sky Power Radio and TV Services Studios, West Yorkshire, Late Stencil Mountain. Good day, good afternoon, good morning to you wherever you are on this planet Earth. My name is Mustafa Jame at the state right in studios, West Yorkshire, Leeds. Right, this is a special program that we intend to bring you live from studios in West Yorkshire, Moki Foundation. Pocket will continue lending your features, Sky Power, radio and TV services, Bico feature, Radio Bay Studios, West Yorkshire, Leeds, Stencil Mount, and Accent, Arit Mustafa Jame. Right, we've got people from the Moki Foundation here with us in studios that will take us through what is Moki Foundation. But in the first place, I would like to let them introduce themselves, and then from there we will go into the program proper. First of all, we've got Fatima here. Fatima, first of all, Nganiyo, you can say greetings to our listeners and viewers at the moment. Fatima, welcome. It's the first time, but I'm saying warm welcome to you, Fatima.
Thank you so much, Mustafa. My name is Fatima Elaba. I'm a mom of 4 and I live in Manchester. And we have this charity that we run, and we wanted to enlighten people and make awareness of what we do. So I'll let people introduce first, and then we can go into detail. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bamba, you are not a stranger. Bamba Mas. Welcome on board, Bamba.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Mustafa. I would want to welcome Dr. Fatima Elaba and, of course, Malik, Mr. Denton. You are very much welcome to this radio. And we would want to hear from these two personalities what their foundation is all about and what do they do. But first, I must thank the listeners, because you are the people. You are the ones that encourage us. You are the ones that keep us moving, even when we sleep. When we think of you, the listeners, we must get up to orient, educate, and sensitize you. So here today we are with the Moki Foundation. I said assalamu alaikum to you all.
Thank you very much, Bamba. Malik, if you want to say hello to viewers and listeners at the moment, Mr. Denton.
Yes, hello. Alaikum salam, Bamba. Thank you for having me, Mustafa, and my mom on your show. So I'm Malik Denton. I am the director and event organizer at Moki. And yeah, we're just here to just raise awareness on a cause that's like really dear to our hearts, you know.
Thank you, Mr. Denton. If I may come to you, Fatima. Okay. What is Moki Foundation? Can you help us with the definition? Why Moki Foundation?
Okay, Moki stands for my 4 kids. These are Malik here. It stands for M. O stands for Umi. It's my first daughter. And then the K stands for Khadija, the second daughter, and Aisatu, our last daughter. So that's what it stands for.
Good, but why Moki Foundation?
This goes back to my childhood, because growing up, my mom, late Umibari, used to just give charity. And I was always at the forefront to do errands, go and give this to this, family, go and help this person, go and give this money, go and pay this. So I've been doing it all my teenage life, my mom. And I first didn't understand properly that if we buy the bag of rice, it won't last a month because my mom will give away half of it. So she's been doing that for over 35 years, really, when I was growing up in Bakau. And it touched me because when she passed away at the funeral, people were just coming to me telling me, your mom paid my school fees. I graduated because of your mom. I finished high school, or even in their marriage problems and stuff. So I didn't know my mom was doing all these things in private without us knowing, us the kids. And it touched me. But when that passed away, I spoke to Malik, and the kids said, I want to set up a charity in your names, because for me, I want to leave it to you guys to do it when I'm not around. Because my mom started something without me knowing, and then it touched me dearly. And I felt, if I'm going to do something similar to what my mom did, the kids have to carry on this legacy, just to make sure to help people privately. It doesn't have to be in public. So I set this up I've been thinking about it 2015. And whole of 2015, I was thinking how to set this up and help people without being in the forefront. So 2016, 1st of April, I set it up. With the help of my kids, obviously, we talked about it. We arranged who's going to take what responsibility. That's what Malik said here about his responsibility. And Omi is another person who helps in the event and marketing section. And then Khadija is more operational administration. Then Aisha, being the youngest at the time, now she's 18, she's like a student rep. She engaged with the student, her age group, and she's actually linked up and knows their issues because that's her age group. That's how I came up with Moki. And since then, it's just been growing that way.
Thank you. Malik, talk to me. Yes, Bamba. Okay.
Mustafa, before Malik comes, I just wanted to ask Dr. Fatima Ba. You did mention that you kind of got the idea from your mom, and you said your
Yes.
mom was late Umibari. Tell us briefly who late Umibari was.
Bambo, you have to go there.
I must.
Late Umibari is well, yeah. I'm just gonna be short about her because I'm always emotional with that. Late Umibari is she used to be Miss Gambia in 1966, and then went to Miss World. She's an only child up to when she was maybe about the 20s. My mom had me at 16, got married very early to her cousin. So my mom and dad are cousins. It's, the Fullers, it has to be in the house. So through that, I've learned a lot from my mom. But she's somebody who does things without thinking about herself. And I guess she had that kind of thing from Miss Gambia, all the way from Miss Bakau to Miss Gambia. It's like something she felt that she has to keep helping people. That's her. That's how she is. Growing up, we used to have people come and live and stay in our house. You will think that they are her kids, but there's so many people out there you can ask. She put them first before us. She always said.
Is it the late Umibari, wife of late Sheriff Mustafa Diba?
Yes, definitely. Might
Wow.
over 30 years, and they have 6
So Sheriff kind of brought you up.
He did. That's why I was used to going to Badibu all the time, holidays, and that's
Mustafa,
where I
something is happening here. So I am in the midst of Badibunkas then.
Some people still call me Fatu Diba.
Oh.
That's it. If I go to Badibu or I speak to Diba's kids, they always call me Big Sis and Fatu Diba. Because Diba has another sister called Fatu, then another daughter called Fatu Diba. So they always say we have 2 Fatu Dibas. But that's growing up. That's who my mom is.
Okay, Mustafa, check out.
That is interesting. Malik, talk to me.
Yes. Even just piggybacking from what my mom said, just even that legacy, that lineage alone, just knowing that we're coming from somebody who was so charitable, so giving, so loving and respected in her community, it's just something that we want to continue with what we're doing here. And for myself, so my background is the creative arts scene, so music. I started writing music when I was maybe 12. Started recording music at 15, and yeah, it's just been a part of my life ever since. And so when my mum had the idea of Moki, she wanted to make sure that we could collaborate with what we were already doing. So maybe the following year, we had a fundraising event in Manchester. And I organized some of the music for that. I performed at the event and we raised money to go back into the charity. Maybe that same year, I had like an album launch party for a project that I released, and we did a similar thing. So I rented out a venue, we sold it out, and a certain percentage of all the proceeds from the ticket sales went back into the charity. So yeah, my area is a lot more organizing events that raise awareness and raise funds to go back into Moki, go back into sponsoring young children and helping them to, just to have their education be accessible with some of the backgrounds that they're coming from, and the family circumstances that they're coming from. So yeah, being that I'm naturally tapped into the more event side, the music side, we just want to tie it all in. And to be honest, that's one of the easiest ways to get through to a young person. Is music, is sports, is these things that they're naturally drawn to, just like I was. So yeah, that's where my expertise comes in, more in the event side, and galvanizing people through music and stuff. Yeah,
Great stuff. Tapping into different avenues just to get that strength and then be on top of that is a good way forward, to be honest. Because some people, the way they can receive and digest information is through an interlude of some sort of thing that they can do. But some people, they would rather have somebody talking to them and in that format. Do you think you're making progress or success in that way?
definitely. I'd say so. I think for me growing up, my mom can attest to this as well. There was a period maybe between 15 to 17 where I wasn't on the path that she would have wanted me on in terms of being as disciplined in education and stuff. It wasn't speaking to me the way, say, music was or the way football was. But I think if we can find some of these young people where they are in terms of what they're already interested in, or even people who don't need our services but can support the service, if we can connect with them by showing that we have a common interest in music or entertainment, wherever that may be, I think it just makes the cause more relatable and encourages more people to get involved and help.
That means a lot. Bamba, why you?
Well, Mustafa, thank you very much. I just felt, I've seen Moki. I've known about Moki since 2017. Moki, in my view, needs to be well known to the Gambian people. Maybe Dr. Ba and Mr. Denton wouldn't want it so published. But when you do good, it's always very important for people to know, because we are living in a digital society. We are living in a technological society. We are living in an awareness society. There are people out there who may not know about Moki and who may need Moki's help. But if they're doing it in a little bit of secrecy, the public wouldn't know. And like when you go down to the remote countries, I remembered, like Dr. Fatu Elaba rightly said, her mom was the backbone behind Sheriff Mustafa Diba during politics. And almost everybody that was close to NCP, I remembered my uncle, Siri Jaune, used to be very close to Sheriff Mustafa Diba. and was so much close to Umibari. I remembered when I was very young in those days. And she would always carry a bag of rice or liquid like tietlo and palm oil and all those stuff, putting it in a car and bring it to home and saying, Umibari nyindina. Umibari gave me this. Umibari gave me that. Umibari gave me that. So that's why I asked Dr. Elaba, is this the same Umibari who was married to Sheriff Mustafa? So I would not be very surprised seeing her daughter step in her shoes and her grandchildren taking up the same to help people. Because Gambia, that is what we know. Gambia is a country where people rely mainly on help to be able to stand on their 2 feet. It's a very, very poor country. So I felt they need exposure and they need sponsorship. They need people's contributions and stuff like that for them to be able to carry out the task that they've embarked upon.
That means a lot, Bamba. Fatima, if we come to you, Hamga, we need to know what you do. We need to know what you have done to encourage people to know this is a worthy cause, or to educate people to know this is a worthy cause. Because some of the things you do, can you help us out?
Can we try that in Wolof or Fula?
Yeah,
please?
If you can, please. So ñu mëne baxé ci li nga xamné lolu ngeen dé def. Xam nga lolu dina am solo lool because bëgg nañu xam yow lan nga dé def. Bëgg nañu xam yow lan nga def. Su ko defee lu mel nii pour wax ko nit ñi li nga dee def mooy jaay sa mooy jaay affaire si like li ngay jaay mooy jaay boppam su ko defee nii suñ ko déggee dinañ xam ne ñii ñoo jara dimbale ñii ñoo jara àndal lan ngeen dee def ak lan nga xam ne li nga xam ne ngeen musa def.
Okay. Right. Moki Foundation nag comme li ma wax si angale noonu naa ko mun a wax few things si Olof. Moki Foundation ñu man ko door di ko xalaat 2015. That is after suma yaay bi génne àddina which ne moom moo daan def lii nii si kër gi la ko daan defee nit ñi dañoo ñëw rek muy jox nit ñi dara or privately kenn musta xam lu moo def nag waaye man maay woon di person koo xam ne man la dee yónni man maa dee di jox nit ñi and sometimes sax ngoon guddi bëccëg whatever time waaye loolu laa gis muy daan def so man nag bi mu gaañoo li gën a daw suma yaram bi mooy nit ñi dañ nekkoon di ñëw si man di téye suma loxo di ma ne ma jërëjëf sa yaay moo ma fayal school fees sa yaay moo tax may daan am lekka sa yaay moo ma daan jox lii sa yaay su ma buggee sol dara sa yaay moo ma koo jox ba seen doom yi seen éducation yi suma yaay daf ko daan def te nekkul ne jigéen googu dafa amutoon xaalis because moom doom yëpp ñu ngi si biti ñun yëpp a ngi si biti mu ngi am juróom-benni doom yu jigéen ak ñaari doom yu góor waaye juróomi doom yu jigéen yëpp a ngi si biti so ñun ñoo amee woon suñu yaay waaye before ñun ñu génne sax suma yaay moom liggéeyut jàngut after mu jeexale Miss Gambia sax ak yooyu doonu obviously dafa nekk si kër gi as a housewife then last ci karam bi mu doon sëyal late Governor Omar Kane moom la mujjee sëyal kooku mu ngi jos gaañu sax bu yàggut a very dear father tamit to man suma papa ñi ma yar dama sant yàlla nekkuma doomi jiitle doomi kër la so noonu la ma ñëpp dee gisee so coming back to lii nii yëfi Moki bi soo gisee man tam ma set ko up dama feel ne suma yaay lim def suma yaay daf ko def in private in secret waaye bi mu deeyee laa xam kanay suma yaay dëgga si lim daan def léegi man ma feel ne nag as doomam may taawam su ma waree def lu mel nii tam suma doom yi xamuñ yëguñ man tam su ma génnee àddina duñ xam lu ma daan def so man tamay dama koo set up si seen tur nga xam ne ñoom man léegi tey sama feel ne I need to take a back seat ñoom ñu jiitu so all this time maa ngi leen di teete so moo tax kii suma taaw mooy Malick Denton ñoom ku nekk am nga liggéey booy def si biir charity bi Malick moom moo amee event ba pare di amee fundraising side bi ba pare di empower youths his age group am naa Umi Denton moom is very good in business and marketing moom mu ngi dëkk Southampton moom tam mu ngi am liggéeyam Khadija moom he is very operational moom admin la xam so moom tam am na liggéeyam then ku caat bi Aysatu mom student rep la waaye soo gisee ma dugal leen si pour ñoom tam ñu xam pour ëllëg ba pare ñu jàngane kenn judut mu am loo bugg a am ba pare tamit da nga am pour doylu loo am nga xam ne loolu la waaye tamit nga remember ne am na ñoo xam ne amuñ te danga leen war a jàppale si sutura ak si respect parce que gënuñ kenn am nga opportunité yàlla jox la ko waaye ñi amul opportunité am taxul ne yaa leen gën so man loolu laa instill suma doom yi kenn proudul ñëpp dañ feel ne lii laa am man suma doom musta bugga dara si saa si ma jox la ko dama dee wax ne xaaral ba next week xaaral ba next month naa check su ma amee su ma jox suma doom nu mu bugga mu am ko si saa si parce que dama leen bugga woon the other side of life so loolu moo gën a tax man ma feel ne ñoom they have to be at the forefront ñoom ñu lead ko right now sax lu ma gën a def léegi maa ngi guide gars yi ñoom ñoo nekk at the forefront very soon ñu ngay door suñ events ñoo def waaye moom mi taaw dama ko sis lu bari laa ko jox te li mu wax dëgg la from the age of 16 ba 17 nekkutoon fenn mu ngi leen tumba mbaalu so because xamutoon left or right am nga that stage mu ngi si teenage life boo xam mu ngi fii ne dafa war a am life am lii man na am a very liberal parent am a born fula
leena bugg naa koo xam su ko defee ñu xam lan ngeen musa def
ok ma waxee liñ musa def fii Manchester lañ dooree fii def nañ fundraising Manchester 2016 actually def nañ benn 2017 def nañ benn fi Manchester in Longside ñu def fundraising foofu noonu Malik mu fa woon I have a lot of my friends come over then moom mu perform then I invited a lot of couple of like a lady is actually a very nice lady, Margaret, stood up and make a good speech. I'm like 2 speakers you knew then guy perform. And we did good and all went into the fundraising.
Okay,
and then
we want to know, I'm pointing fingers at, we want to know how much you earn to event bobu ak xaalis bobu fan la dem su ko defee ñu xam ne yéen you are here to help. Does that make sense?
Wow. The Manchester one, that was our first event. We have £250 at the gate.
Yes.
Plus, I'm new to go see account B, everything will come up to about £900. So that money went into the charity. But being deaf Gambia, because Malik actually performed at the stadium in Gambia. And we did video and stuff like that, more friends and me. On that event, I raised about almost £1,000. And that also went into it. But to be honest with you, most of the bulk money, man mako de def. I put my own money into it, and whatever sponsor comes up, we add it on. Right now,
tell me, what sort of help have you rendered in the Gambia?
Me, okay. We are paying school fees right now for 90 kids in the Gambia.
90 kids, okay.
90 kids.
And that's across the Gambia, across the Gambia.
Across the Gambia, Bara. I think the furthest we go is Mariamakunda.
Okay.
And then the other side is Bara and Kuntaya. But we have 90 kids there. And then we have 2 disabled families in their home. We help them. Then there's 4 orphanages that we are working with right now to go in there and see how we can help them. And with that one, that's the first one that's coming with the zero hunger kids. That one we're gonna try sort of like give them provision. But apart from that, apart from the school fees, definitely, that is the school campaign. The next one coming up now, which I've already set it up, is the Umibari project for the elderly. But we is to help the elderly people for their mental health, their medicines and stuff like that at home, because we don't have healthcare institutes in Gambia. But the elderly people are really suffering in Gambia. Some of them, most of their kids are here abroad, so they have nobody back home to help them. I've seen so many things like that. So Lolo, another one we know definitely. Why apart from school fees, and they dimbali Islamic mosque for cash power. And they need cash power. Then they dimbale pour renovate. The last one Buma renovate Juma, new paint ko, def cash power is in nakala dikabitula Tanje. Amna Juma buñ fa renovate. So these are these things that I have been doing in the past, but mainly we concentrate on education because my main problem being an early childhood. The main problem we feel we have to tackle it from an early stage.
I'm not solo lol.
Yeah.
Because
and we have set up 8 projects we knew up in the Gambia. 8 projects we knew.
Okay, I'm going to tell Malachi Fana Gogo because a lot of people would say, man, dama buga ham fuma dugal suma halis. Dama buga ham ñi luñ dé def ak ñi lan lañ def lan lañ mëna def. Xam nga lolu amna solo lol. Motax ma laacc question bobu. Why Bamba? Maybe the target, let's have it across the board. Maybe this half no mandinga kaula ngawa kochi sose. Need the kind of help they're rendering. I think that we need that in our community, in our society, because the key thing that is very important, that means a lot to me, Bamba, is helping people in all aspects. If you say helping people, number one is the civic education side of it, educating people at the grassroots level, helping them to know good and bad, differentiate the thing. Because me, I'm here, you are here. So if we go back home, I think everybody, the community here where we live in, the way these people are a step ahead of us is because Fatima and Malik, they're on track, giving something back to our community. At least Bamba, me and you, I don't know how to do it, but I've got this platform here that I set up. I say, this is what I want to give back to my community. People come here, talk about something in our community. If we all give something back to our community, the education, the land, the health system in the Gambia would be second to none. Bamba, afoni mandinka kaola because lafta makoerola in all languages, if possible, because ka makoero minke akumata bakele. Fuarea in the Gambia. Atambidala Bamba. Ngalo ne lafta min fola Bamba abe kumala bake mako janto.
Mustafa baraka bake. Comme ya fanya men drong angale kaune suwa kaunta ni Dr. Ba aning Mr. Denton ye men fo drong wo akuma ya tala pour moli ya moy Miss Madame Elaba Dr. Elaba ay même fo wala mo ayaja bamal late aja umi bari Honorable Sirif Mustafa Diba, former Vice President la muso wala ma bamati akajele ko kamul ma ko nyame so ano ko bira banda fanan ala badi blato mo jamale ka approach wotuma ta ita da sawnyin to ka ita ndala bama e ma ko rol ke nyame fanan nata nyin idea soto ka fo mbama ka ke what about me nda fanan nyanta akela la kamul ma ko so anata na nyin foundation of settlement to mo moki ma din nano le ta din nani le soto din ke killing anen din musu saba. So Malik wala mo keba nyenti Ummi Khadija and Aisatu. So wala mo Moki Foundation. So another foundation on to la for di wala pro ka fane mol ma koy Gambia mol men yalon koy bulo me kobe aga karandin tan konon to le ma koy mete momento ke la karamol jo anen ke ma koy uniform ning other stuff to another na akata fanan ka jamol dolu dada jamawol men ya lon koy be loring tanje jamaw do be je to le renovate ka kaspa woke je isaje fana sitara jamaw kono misil mol si salo keno andu manda wo fana do sai lafta men na pour ka expand pour ka kono fanundi e be demaro nyinin kan gambe di misi ma ko no moment do hani 1 pound better $10 better €10 better pour essayer ke balu men fana be so kono men ya lon koy kotota isembo mano ite fam ma ko no la isi kari mako ka borolu saye ke mako ke dema saniti balajat kende alto aning balola sene aning kunya ko tawolto isi dema no wolto nyame mol soto le menu be Gambia menu ba mako ka nyindo ko wala nyomi nyolto kata joka du nyolto kata jara nyolto kata santo in fact bering tabe Dr. Elaba mitla ngalo nyi moki ko wala mo wala me alon ko ngajele ko ay interest soto back because Dr. Elaba PhD akarantale andong asitano Gambia le another social welfare la hadama di wala kunyalo bakel ñing mol men yalon ko e kawulu ke dingol fay another marali wodo ko wala le wotuma be Gambia so mol ma de yalon ko a passionate bake Gambia dingol surtout foirol ila ko ka sula bake wato do ba kan defa ko man le kan ñinen ka am ko bari gambia ba moy mari boto da ko leere ite amiran na molbe balula ñaadir so ayo passionate ko men soto walantina wulita kuma ko mbatu rasi
Oh.
I think Bamba has got incoming call there. Bamba, are you there?
Must
Okay.
on network.
Well, yeah. Bamba's got an incoming call. More drop affairsi. I'm gonna Bamba lunda mo lola. I'm not solo lol. Okay. Easier. Bamba is back. Bamba,
albe
tell the
hekat na le
people calling you.
molle kan kumande yalon te kay na funo kay gambia de wolbe yam fulam male I have always been suffering from this min kam batandi bak nimbe programme wala telephone call so ka duwo wato le fon bari comme en kamem fo long gambia de wolbe sa long ko Dr. Ba anen Mr. Denton Malik i wuluta menna ana do malu kukuma balem wala mo kaf kam na mulu makoy yo anon charity le mo me alon ko ya register Gambia le demar jamal le bije nta bota menno kala ma personal nta fon bota fon menno kala ma bagasol men ya alon kay bondi janke samba Gambia lopitano lu min ku ko to kamolu dema so ngaje la ko mo molle de men ya alon ko jartale pour moy kafu ke bulo kafuyma ke makoy ka sembe ke semmentu ya bayren aynin idea men soto ko nte tarla silen kensanke ka fo ko nte kana tale madu nganda bondi Gambia la ko ndo na mo jamal ka menke ay be famba dan la mo ka Gambia no mako no hani mo ka Gambia no mako na fo ite man pare Gambia no mako mo te keri me alon ko ite wulutale ni kodo be bulo ko ala la duwane ala demaro wala na dolu fankama yata dolu fuare yata comme ala docteur ela bay men fala diamo ko mo kana si yamira ko ite lokitale ite ya sotole so dolu ma soto hani ala la demaro le latete kay ya soto woto ite fana nyanta kala molti me alon ko ka ala tentu ka tentu nyadi domanden sika ya muronde fentawol kan amadi menula wala mo ala tentode bari de sile ye bulfulo la nyokan don konta nga soto le manke ya mola womu fan jawyalati ala jawyalam bari imam fenke ala ye ni donu man men kay meyante na yete so ama wolso bari ala ko wato ko kontan le na ya dila ya tentu akay ba tentu la nyadi le mennu ma soto fana be kinala wolle ngamira Mustafa ñene mo mokila lo kawoti si men folo bandi ka kawot
lonkan dalilo kumata bake comme no ko Bamba waxe si sosé because képp ko xamné affaire ni mo la soxla this is something lo xamné man ci suma gis if we all give something back key yow fanna bi nga tini if you giving it to 90 people Malik ci fanna bum tie he can encourage up to hundreds or so that impact bobu nono is a massive impact we're giving back to the community. I think this is a cause you hamne kepako hamne you want to support, just leave comment in the comment box. If you're here, you can leave the comment on comment box here, or you can reach out to me. You got my number. My number is 0784 666 8798. If you want to support in any way or format. It doesn't have to be money. It could be anything. You can, if you send it to me or if you reach out to me, I will connect you with Fatima. Fatima, this is something, Malik, this is something that I would say the youth food side of it, the event organization side of it is another important thing. So what sort of events have you got in mind, like to get success out of it?
So for me, from what we've done so far, I feel like music is always gonna be a part of it because it's something that congregates people. People can release, express themselves, and through that experience, you're gonna connect. You're gonna have conversations with the person you're standing next to in the crowd and stuff like this. And it's the fact that you all have this one common interest that's brought you to this place. So that's one thing, but also conversations, like I say seminars, not so much in terms of lecturing, but panel discussions amongst young people, especially in Gambia, I'd love to do around topics that we all experience but are not so much normalized maybe in the culture that we come from, you know, things around like mental health. Like, you know, a lot of my elders that I speak to around the topic of mental health, they'll dismiss it as that's, if you talk about hunger, like they'll just say that's the white people's thing. But we all have physical health, we all have mental health. It's science, you know. And I just feel that there's so many of us that experience things that go under the radar. Like, you know, even last time I was in Gambia, just seeing some of the people that, you know, are living on the street, and you can see that they need help mentally also, you know. Like, it's no matter how real we may think it is or it isn't, people are being affected, you know. Last time I was in Gambia as well, I went to Tanka Tanka, the psychiatric hospital, with a few friends, and just spoke to some of the doctors there, went on a tour of the hospital and spoke to some of the patients. And I'm seeing, like, I before that, I never imagined there would be such thing as a psychiatric hospital in our country. But I'm speaking to people with schizophrenia and things like this, you know. And I just think it started somewhere, right? It started with maybe one traumatic experience when they were a teenager, or low or younger, or abuse, and it just got suppressed, and then, you know, more stressful situations, and then it compounds into an illness, you know. And I just think if we can have discussions where us young people get together and just trade stories, trade advice, trade tips that help us, and or even just sharing our experiences, just so that we know that we're not the only one experiencing it. I think it further just builds a community and just promotes us expressing ourselves, checking in on our friends. And I can speak as a man as well. Like, there's the added stigma that as a man we can't show emotion, we can't be emotional, because emotion is weakness, right? Quote unquote. But I've also seen grown men break down. You know, I also personally know people who have been admitted into mental institutions because there's no release of the pressure and the stress and the trauma, you know. So I think things around that, especially, I think that the thing nearest to my heart at the moment, maybe even more so than a music event, would be panel discussions. Not just amongst young people, but I just know that, like my mom is saying, like we've targeted education young because I think it's the root of so many issues, but also could be the cure for so many as well, right? Like, I was dropping my kids home yesterday, and my eldest is 10, and I was talking to her about Moki, and I said, yeah, me and grandma have an interview tomorrow, and we were talking about what Moki does, and she was like, no, that's really good, because if someone can't afford an education, because she's educated here where school care is free. So she's like, oh, well, if someone can't afford an education, that means they can't get a job, which means they can't support their family, which means maybe they have to leave the country and go somewhere else, which means their skills are going out of the country. You know, 10-year-old is breaking all of this down, but that is the cycle, and it's a cycle that we're trying to break, you know. So music events, panel discussions in particular, and just anything that brings us together and helps us brainstorm together is where I'm
That
focused.
that is proper good, you know. But the avenues that you need to tap into, I'm not sure. Do you know some of the avenues where to tap into in the Gambia? Have you got that? Have you established that sort of thing? Because this is a very important message that we want to get it across. But the
Mhm.
mindset of a Gambian and every Gambian would be, oh, you have to pay me before we do this and all that, and that sort of thing. I'm got that
Right,
sort of mindset is always there. But
right, right.
you got quite a few genuine ones, because with all this deportation going on, that is an area that, you know, could affect a lot of our youngsters. And with all this, after all the TRRC and all that going on, you know, Moki is something that we need in our society. It's something that we need to encourage and empower. So any form of empowerment here, a lot of everyone who is watching here, I've done my bit, which is to, you know, to create this venue for them to come here and discuss this. I challenge you to share this program, to share this message. Whoever is here, I would like to challenge you. I'll start from Bamba himself. Bamba, you need to pledge something today, because this is something I like to think, or I like to say. This is what we all need to do to be able to elevate or eradicate that sort of mindset, or eradicate not poverty, but the level to minimize it. Bamba, what are your thoughts? Yemina Mira.
Mustafa, I pledge £100.
Thank you very much, Bamba.
I am one of those that definitely respects and likes Malik a lot, because I've known Malik for a very long while now, and Malik, even standing by her mom's side, be the rock and be the support, shows me Malik has a very bright future. I've known the family, and Malik heading Moki, I can be rest assured that Dr. Ba can go to bed and sleep, because he is someone that I know who is very, very passionate. Malik is not a very great like orator like his grandparents, like public speech and all that. Malik is a very shy person. I'm even more surprised that I can see him talking so openly and so confidently.
Uncle, I'm grown, Uncle. I'm grown.
So that is really motivating for me. I am like, I'm opening my jaw and saying, wow, is he saying all this? Because Malik used to be a very shy person. But like he said, he's grown now, and that is very encouraging. That's really, really very good. So Mustafa, I would encourage Gambians to come to Moki's support. Help Moki to grow, because once Moki grows, like Malik says, like you mentioned, let me say this in Mandinka. Deportation on yem fole ben na funding ke jama deport kam. And when jama bije with the trauma in kolea me late kan desert okono, kolea me late kan bakono, yeta foye kana woto, yedu Europe, yene bulandi pleno kono yela kodo me be kafunyo Gambia. Ya be samba puri yeta tuwabudu yena ul bulandi pleno ye samana. Wala munyente ye sambale puri nyaema. Because what trauma damma, because Gambia benga society nyelone, ni bod nan tuwabudu, ye deport na mol ka yo jo kay ma be ko nyibul ke so na dañu ne fem man na. So it tell you men fall be je wol ke boy tole. So the society fall ke nyamandi instantly. So ning atra misal be Malik yo idea ni soto ka pour ka si ka wol karandi ka tero ni ne ka cha nyola ke mol soto ni men be su ala nyola pour la sanity ni la jadi kenda ni remain I maintain kuma bala and also come a psychiatric hospital memfo beka da memfo da me alon ko da malemo nyama to l'hôpital ti Gambia kilinda mala ben tolbul wo l'hôpital fon ni ajube wado do boro ka ke problème na l'hôpital ken balu fon ka bor problème so do sa ko ni l'hôpital me alon ko kilinna mo nyama to ka taraje mol fon le kata boro sa fon la sa tole so ibaje la ko nim fere soto nota démarche soto nota wol ka boro soto nimbe mo banku do ko wala nimbe mo fene de me alon ko you are giving back to the society ka murundi back to society me alon ko they all jointly ibele denta ke kulu mo fulale ka dingo wulu bari kafole ka kulu satole ka kulu jamano le ka kulu ka moldi ka ke banku din kendo so woton tolu Gambia la julore be bela katlo folal always Mustafa ntolu ni ajen kana jamaje man kana skype ko ka kajang nga fille ko nga Gambia dontole Gambia la julore ben na nyanta ka Gambia jo banku di wopu kiyo kendo banku din kende be nyanda silangan taw siti nyoka Mustafa ka Gambia wulindi kana so Gambia ye la isino bare ne Gambia kolea tabi kolea bunga ba be kalanto le kan sai paulo be nyaadi le mol ba fala ko sai amina 70 soto 1 pound to dollars so wo mu kule de me alon ka kam dan tolla economy ka kule dala so mina tambila gire bi sawla peso la fam nimma hakilo to wati mina dala so tin na fa soto la ni ta ani dala se kayto ni asama bi ko de ba falen ite fen sanal dolla buduto man na fa soto transo man na fa soto sala man na fa soto dala si ko di jaro aman na fa soto sa en feo fe ni ba sanna kabo dala si santo la oto den tolla ko do jika na wati mina dala stango fa de fen sanol anno fonga sile ngam fande ma fondin ke wala ka bodde ni e tewsi ka do koke banko la mo jama do ko so salary ka do baji la economic ka boost ba den fondin ke be sile so kono e kundi jol mo be hata him ka to ka tara fenna economy fa be boyla because banko sembo fondin ke wala de Mustafa
ako Kumara Bamba. Fatima, anything you do on this planet, teha is always there. What are some of the difficulties? And then because we want to know some of your difficulties, while on this, what are some of the difficulties that you're facing at the minute?
Okay. Mun nga ma wax la list of projects suñu amee nii ma wax la den difficulty moo si ànd.
Yes.
Okay. So the projects right now in Moki, address, xam ne moom la ñu yóbbu Gambia right now. Loolu obviously mooy school fees funding bi. Umibari project for the elderly. Kasamadiba project for mosque and Islamic schools. Omar Khan project for the vulnerable people in Kuntaya. Uniform schemes, which ne Jara Kundanyo, the first school be benefit from the uniform schemes, because every time halibina am ñaari uniform, so you will have 6 uniforms for the year. So Jara Barakundanyo, the first school will benefit from this. Then we have the newborn and the teenage pregnancies, then mental health and well-being, which Malik Law don't defend. So I must set up a forum. Hale bo xam ne ñu la sponsor. Sa parent, either yai or papa, yang si bena forum, because I want to show them transparency. So, kunyo fund, and la register. I've got a software. My friend in South Africa, Mama Defra Bena software, where when we register the child, all the details goes in there and it's private. So, halebunyo sponsor, sa parents, the faneka si forum bobuno, we put you there. So I've got a parent rep and I've got education coordinator and my staff. But all the time, it's like you communicate something, you need to make sure they understand it. So then could have say English, then could have say Olof, Fula, Aksose. So for the parents to get, some of them, they've never heard of me. So to make sure a guy New Hamnili is genuine, and this is not something that we just form up and it's gonna go away. Motama said forum bobu nono. And the same way I have an executive board forum. This is our 4 executive members. We have Auntie Adelaide Sose, who is our vice chair. We have Dr. Dabo, who is our auditor. We have Dr. Modu Fai, who is the treasurer. Then we have Mr. Ibu Fai Njai, who is the program coordinator. Plus, nga am Moki team bise bopam. So this is a very structured way. Even if I'm not here, Moki will still go ahead. So Lord Amabuga understand. I took time to do this because I want it structured. It's registered in the Gambia. We have a Jeep account in the Gambia. It's been registered here in UK. I'm just waiting for the reference to come back. I told Bamba just last night that I'm just waiting for them. They said, I don't know, 5-10 days, working days, I'll get it. Then when we get that registration, we're going to open an account here. So everything's going to be transparent. We have an accountant, we have auditors. So everything's going to be where it's got to be. But Malik will be the lead for that, because I want to leave it to them to sort it. So Lola Bugarek Purmu nga understand Bubu. Why it's not going to be easy for some people to understand. I have been putting my own money in it from the day one, because it's my passion, it's my mom's vision, it's my mom's legacy. So then I want whoever is sponsoring, you do it with your own heart, and then you enjoy and you want to give back to the community. Man Gambia la judo, fufula yero, fufula jange be Gambia high, and I left Gambia and I want to give back. I don't need, all my kids are born here, raised here, they finish their education. So my last one be jehal na college, mungia pare university. So there's nothing in there for me to take ne sponsor and the Moko jail. It's structured. It's a structure in Moki. Nobody touches money. School be then coffee directly. Parent be sadu gis halis. The only time the parents saw the money, give them money, is when they have school allowances. We give it to the child, to the mom, because that would be something that you have to take responsibility for, because you dimbele. So even the Jara Kunda Primary School, when I spoke to the deputy teacher Bidemba at Tay, I told them exactly how it's gonna be. The money will go to them. They are gonna have a tailor. They're gonna take as contract, Kokomonya Walka uniform, but each child will have 2 uniforms per term. So that's how Moki is gonna run. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. I'm not solo long. from Nekani, what to be buried. We've got 2 minutes. The next program is 5 o'clock. You know, yung mga house and yung mga, you know, yung mga wave.
I know. Thank you so much.
Could you imagine Bamba? Saul is in, you know, waiting for you. Suleman jeng munema anakanya. Man, I'm looking at 2 different screens. You know, I'm going to screen. You know, hanakanya. Manako 5 o'clock later. But this is a very important cause.
Thank you.
I want, you know, each and every one of you to share your thought with us. I'm not solo. So these people are having difficulties in this area. So if I can do this, so the IT la, temantam, you got my number. If you think I am useful here, I'm going to my number. Just give us a call, Mr. Denton, and you give us a call. Man, just send it to me. I'll flag it up on the page here, and then people would know what you're on about and that sort of thing. Man, Lulu, did I make a small contribution? But my 100 pound, I need to see your 100 flying, you know, before.
Do you want me to send it to you, Mustafa?
Like, and also, can I just say, in September we're launching it in Gambia. We're launching Moki Foundation in Gambia in September. That will be something that I will be letting you know, because we'll be having a lot
Let
of.
me know. I've got correspondents in the. We've got some correspondents in the and reporters in the Gambia. So let us know, and then we will sort something out when it comes to that. So what are some of your difficulties in summary, and then we'll summarize this like teha.
Our main difficulty now is obviously we have 8 projects lined up. So it's all these 8 projects not going to start straight away at the same time. It's going to be like in step-by-step projects. But if I could have like support in, as you said, IT. Now I have 5 volunteers in Gambia. One volunteered yesterday and did 250 T-shirts and a cap for us in Gambia yesterday. One guy. So anything that anybody can support us, however little, it doesn't matter. The fact that you have that heart to help, that's what really matters. It's not about the money. It's about even the time and effort you put in something.
About the heart to help.
Yeah, that's
Mr. Denton, your final thoughts before we go. So Bamba, we switch. Your final thoughts, Mr. Denton.
Yeah, I think just picking up from what Mum said, the more bodies on the ground, the better, in terms of like difficulties you were saying. Just the more people that can support and help us execute, the better, really. And things like this, we just want to keep raising awareness. So, and it will be the multiplier effect, like you were saying. So,
that's right. Thank you very much, Bamba. Before we go, I'll come to Bamba, and then we'll go.
I think Mustafa Puruka, Dr. Fatima Ba, ka tentu bake ka jay, ka Mr. Denton Malik Fanan ka encourage. Ka itandalago, this is something that must not fail and cannot fail. So Malik, we will be looking up to you to see Moki through, and we have put all our hopes on you, and we believe you would not fail us. So nzime mfuno la moira le dono wala mo ngalten to ala la moira ala baraka bake, and mbal la moira ala de maro be sula la bake mo kana jitu ye fengo fenke je fisabilillah lam bayrum be ngalon ko hubul watanu minal iman kalo la banko e kayla banko de mali mane alam wo be kilala kuma kawol kono sallallahu alaihi wasallam bayrin tol be mo muslimo la dan christiano lo o talen be ngakata Mambulo ka fanyo si Gambia de mano nyame. Allah baraka. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Alaikum salam. Thank you, Bamba.
Bamba, Fatima, thank you very much. Thank you. Nice to see you all. Thank you. Have a good evening.
Nice
all right. Cheers. Thank
you too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Cheers. Okay. Yeah. Right, that was Moki Foundation on Skype or Radio and TV services. I would like to say thank you all for your time, energy, and effort. Feeling your target again. Dylan Graham Dylan Santos Degulubis and Harit Mustafa Jaminikal and feature Rajo Bebe Ben and Ben what to inshallah. Thank you all very much. Have a good evening.